Okay. Hi, welcome to our communication group. I'm Miranda Blevins, and I'm a bachelor's in social work, and I have worked in mental health for about 4 years now. And we are happy to have you all here, and we hope that this is going to be successful. So I'm going to pass it on over to my co-facilitator.
Hi, everybody. So, my name is Amanda Wyford, and I have a bachelor's in social work. I'm a social worker at the Crisis Center, and I have many years of experience in working with the public. So, in that sector, I have a lot of experience with communication. So, welcome everyone to our group.
So moving on, we just want to ask that you all be respectful during this group and go ahead and silence your cell phones. And we want to point out that all of our refreshments are in the very back of the room. And in case of an emergency, there's a door to the right of the refreshment table that we will all exit and go to an empty parking lot. So Amanda?
Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to go over a duty to warn. So, basically, what I would like to discuss is confidentiality and our expectations regarding confidentiality. So, for the members, we just ask that you respect each other's privacy. We want to leave what's shared in the group with the group. So, what that means is it doesn't go further than this. We do not discuss personal information of our group members outside of these walls. So, your privacy is of the utmost importance here. So, if you share information and you make any claims regarding suicidal or homicidal ideation, or you reveal any information about abuse or neglect with the elderly or with children, then we have to report that information. So if everyone agrees with these terms, if you could please just confirm with a simple yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, basically, if you weren't in agreement with the terms, just please note if you stayed in the group and you revealed that information that it would just be reported. So that's basically it as far as the duty to warn. Do you all have any questions about that?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Miranda?
Perfect. So now we're just going to talk about some of our group rules. So our first one is just remember, like Amanda said, that confidentiality is very important, and whatever happens in this group stays in this group. We also ask that you keep your hands and feet to yourself, and you respect everyone else's personal bubbles. Um, don't talk out of turn, and keep your comments to yourself while someone else is talking, and then after they finish talking, you can just raise your hand or talk there. But if you interject, it could cause issues. Also, think before you speak. If you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. Do you all have any rules that you would like to add?
No.
All right. Well, I think Amanda is going to introduce us into our icebreaker activity that we're going to do.
Yeah, so we're going to do a neat little icebreaker that we've both done in the past and we simply enjoyed it. So that's why we're introducing this to you all. So for the icebreaker activity today, we're going to start by passing around a bag of M&Ms. So once we pass around the bag of M&Ms, as we're doing this, Miranda will be explaining the meanings of each color. And we will start at the front and move accordingly once everyone gets their candies. Please note that the colors that you have and what that means, and begin thinking about your answers. Okay?
So I'm just going to go over the colors now and what they mean. Red is your favorite TV show. Orange is a hidden talent. Yellow is a favorite food. Blue is something positive that happened this week. Brown is your favorite way to relax. And green is your favorite song. So if you need these repeated at any point, we can definitely do that. So I'll go ahead and start. I have a red one and a brown one. So my favorite TV show at the moment is Outer Banks on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, you should. And then my favorite way to relax is getting in the sauna. So Katie, if you would like to go ahead and share the colors that you have.
I got brown as well.
My favorite way to relax is I like to read. I just like to read a good book. And I also got read as well. My favorite TV show of all time is The Office.
Oh.
All day, every day.
Love The Office.
Yeah. Her
Yes.
character things about that. Yeah. Okay, Mary.
I really don't know what I'm doing here in this communication group because I really don't feel like talking. But
You don't have to. You don't have to.
do I have to say my favorite song, or can I just say my favorite band right now?
That's totally fine. You could say your favorite band.
Okay, I really like Tyler Childers. He's no relation, but I really like him.
Oh, I love him.
Miranda.
Yes.
Yeah, she likes them.
Demoria.
I have yellow, so my favorite food is macaroni and cheese. And I have blue, something positive is that I received a scholarship this week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Ashley.
I have red and yellow. So my favorite TV show is Disenchantment on Netflix. And yellow, and my favorite food would probably be like a very rare, juicy prime rib. It's really specific, but
That is very specific.
Gotta know what you like though, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was eating my last meal, that would be it.
Okay. And I guess Amanda's gonna wrap up the icebreaker.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the colors I got before I do that. So I got red, and so my favorite TV show of all time was probably The Sopranos. Started watching it years and years ago, and now I could still watch repeat episodes. I always liked it. And so I got yellow. So my favorite food is pizza. So I could eat pizza of any kind. So I know that's pretty basic, but that's the gist of that. So does anybody have anything else that they would like to add?
All right, so we'll just go ahead and move on into the discussion for this group, which is communication. So the big thing that we would like for you all to take away from this is that communication is not just what you say, but it's how you say it. So body language, eye contact, of course, when appropriate. So when you all think about communication, what do you think makes it effective?
I think it's how you approach people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Your tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
Showing
Definitely.
engagement, showing that you are engaged in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, and I also think eye contact and, nodding, positive gestures.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Can we talk about something else?
Well, we
Another
are about to
question,
talk
maybe?
about what?
Another question, maybe?
Yeah, so moving on into our next question, what do you all believe makes communication not effective?
Being closed off.
Yeah, being hateful or unapproachable.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And not making eye contact. Like if you're just staring around like this, like who wants to talk to somebody who's obviously not interested?
Yeah, I think that that's a big part is just letting the person that you're listening to, know that you're paying attention and that you're hearing what they're saying and, just making sure you have the correct body language, stuff like that.
Body language.
Yeah.
So we also want to talk about that communication is not just about talking, but it's also listening. So what do you all think makes you a good listener?
I think it's when you can pull all those things together. Body language, how you sit, you nodding, that you're attentive to somebody. I think that makes you appear to be a good listener and makes you more attuned to the person you're talking to.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I agree with what Maria said. I mean, just to be a good listener, you have to incorporate all of those things. Because in my opinion, I feel like there's not one way to just be a good listener. Like there's tons of different, factors that play in being a good listener.
Yeah. That's
Not
awesome.
interrupting.
That's
I
good,
totally
Mary.
Mm-hmm.
Not interrupting.
That's a good one. Amanda, do you want to move us into our next question or activity?
Did Ashley answer?
I didn't answer that one, no.
Do you have any
I
input,
feel,
Ashley?
I feel like you all kind of covered it. I just feel like active listening, making sure that the person you're speaking with knows that you're listening. I feel like being also aware of your surroundings and your situation is a big key to communication as well. To know, your audience, I guess.
Very well said. So we're going to talk a little bit about like what makes someone a good listener. So it's not just about talking, but communication is also about listening. So I have to ask, do you all think that you are good listeners, and what do you think makes a good listener? I know some of this we've already discussed, but just a general assumption would be,
I think that anytime like any of my friends come to me and talk to me, like if they tell me their problems, I'll like reiterate, like I'll sum it up, like repeat it back to them to make sure like I didn't misinterpret anything, to make sure we're both on the same page, so I can do whatever I can.
Mm-hmm.
very
I think
good.
that's a good listener.
Does anybody else want to add anything else?
I think the same as, what Katie said is that you just have to be attuned to the person that you're talking to, or the person that's talking to you.
Okay.
Very good. Mary, do you have anything else to add?
I lost my train of thought. I had something a minute ago, but now I can't even think of it.
Well, maybe it'll come back to you and we can discuss it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got about 5 minutes left, so we want to run over the effective communication tips, tricks, and habits before we end our meeting. So the first one is good eye contact when culturally appropriate. So the next one is to just really listen. Realize that the conversation isn't about you if someone is coming to you to talk about something. And keep a note of your body language and your tone. So does anyone have anything that they would like to add as a tip or trick for active listening and good communication?
I feel like those are good. I don't want to add anything, but those are good points to make.
Okay. Miranda, do you want to move on to our listening activity before we close?
Do we have time for that?
Let's see. We have about 3 minutes.
I think we may just go ahead and close it out because I wouldn't want to rush another activity.
We always have next week, so we can always do that then.
So
What
we
was
just
the activity? What was the activity?
It was a communication activity. It was it's simple. You just we say something and then you see if you could remember it later. So it's just a basic listening activity to see how good your listening skills are.
I'm glad we don't have time for that. That sounds stressful.
Oh, it's not stressful. It's pretty simple.
I have kind of like ADD.
That's okay.
So I may not remember when I
That's okay.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
So,
Amanda, sorry, you can go ahead.
oh, sorry. Do you want me to go ahead and do our group closing, Miranda?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so as our group's coming to a close, we want to sincerely thank you for attending, and we encourage you to come back in the future and feel free to bring a friend or significant other, whoever you think could benefit from this communication group. You are more than welcome to bring to the next meeting. So sometimes bringing someone that you're close with to our group makes it a little easier and more comfortable for you as well. So we have some pamphlets on the table on your way out, and if you have anything to add, just feel free to add that. And the pamphlets also remind you about communication techniques and what make you a good active listener. So if you guys want to review that before the next group, you are more than welcome to do so. So, Miranda, do you have anything?
Do you all have any questions or comments or concerns before we part?
And
All
then-
right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you all, and hopefully we will see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for attending. You guys have a wonderful night.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.